Okay. So hi, I am so excited to introduce to you Amer. And Amer, you're gonna have to tell us more about your story, where you come from. I'm so excited to just even get deep into who you are. But I want to introduce Amer as someone that just totally inspired me and threw me for a loop on what is this man doing and why is he doing this? He actually, if you please correct me, a sustainability expert. He is committed in reducing the carbon footprint on this earth. And he started with the company, the building that we were both in a community share space, working space. And that's how I met him. And I want to just, before I tell the story about how I met you, I'm going to give you a little bit of an opportunity to really introduce who you are, because I don't think I'm doing justice. And I want you to know, as a student in sustainability, we want to understand first, why would you even do this? Why is this something important and matters to you? So Amer, tell us more about you.
Oh, bless, Sonia. Thank you. That was a beautiful intro, and I'm equally inspired and equally honored to be here. So it's nice to be in that shared space, and thank you for listening, whoever you are on the other side of the screen that I don't know yet, but I'm happy to meet you. My name is Amer.
I'm going to interrupt you and say everyone who's listening are young people from 4th grade to high school or even older that are interested in this path. That's why they're here.
Well, happy to meet you, whatever grade you're in, wherever you're listening, on your laptops, on your phones, wherever you are. I'm so happy to be here with you right now. I come to you from New Mexico. That's where I'm originally from. And to take a step back even further, my parents are both from Syria. So I'm first generation American of immigrant parents that came here. My dad came to New York in 1966 from Syria, didn't speak English, and completely carved out his own path. And it's cool. I'm learning more details about that story constantly. But he came to New York, learned English, moved to New Mexico, got his degree, and then moved back to New York at some point. I was born in New Mexico. We owned an Italian restaurant. I grew up serving people from the time I was able to walk. And I think that gave me just like a natural sense of community. If you've ever been in a restaurant that's owned, like a family-owned restaurant, it feels like you're in someone's kitchen.
Yeah.
And our restaurant felt like that. In fact, I have this mug here.
Casaluna, an Italian.
An Italian restaurant.
I was going to ask you too, what type of food?
So it's interesting.
In New Mexico.
Right. So there's Syrians in New Mexico running an Italian restaurant. How do you like that? Right. That's how's that for an intro? My dad went to college in New Mexico and would go to this restaurant because the previous owner was Syrian. Mm-hmm. So they hit it off and they became friends. And at some point, my dad learned he was selling it. So he moved back to New Mexico and bought the restaurant. So that's why we ended up owning it. And this mug right here is really special because my dad printed 500 of these and gave them out to his customers in 1995.
Nice.
And my friend recently found this at her work, at her office. It was like a mug randomly that like they had in the back cabinet.
Wait, and your friend is here in New York?
In New Mexico.
New Mexico. Oh, okay. So yeah. It was part of the community. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's how I grew up, feeling like everybody in town was my family.
Okay.
Right. And I think this set me up really nicely to kind of have a feeling like there was no such thing as a stranger. Mm-hmm. And it made me feel comfortable to walk around the restaurant and just ask how people are doing. Even as a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old was walking around like, how are you? Do you need more drink? Like, do you need more Pepsi? Do you need another pizza? Whatever. And then I think that just translated into becoming a nightclub DJ, you know, being
Yes.
really comfortable in front of people. That ended up being what I did in high school. I played a lot of house parties. Um, and then that gave birth to a DJ career in nightlife for 5 years. But I'll pause there. That's a little bit about my background.
Okay.